When we are talking about viability of any political party, when we look at the reasons why INEC uh, can deregister any political party from our constitution, that is the measures of the viability. But if you look at the political parties, you will quite agree with me that they are not viable. Most of the ones that has just been deregistered, and even more of it. So most of it, they are not viable in terms of canvassing for vote, in terms of having membership, in terms of educating the populace in respect of their political agenda and philosophy, even in terms of getting finance to ensure that they come up with their programs. They are not viable in that respect. But you will look at it that, well, most of it, they are on ground to collect money here and there to use it for their own purposes. So they are not viable in any way.
Okay,
take for instance now, in Ondo State now, if you look at political parties that are viable in Ondo State, we just have a three. Some of it will just come about. Even during election, you don't even see the posters of their candidates. You don't even see them. You don't even see their offices. So they are not viable. We have just only three. So in respect of that, I don't believe that most of the political parties are viable. But my concern is this. Why I agree with my colleague is that I disagree with Baba in the sense that the political parties are not if you look at political evolution in Nigeria, we should have as many political parties as possible, in as much they can try as much as possible to be viable and to come together. If you look at the sections of the Constitution, Section 40 is very, very sacrosanct, that an association, if you can come together, freedom of association. In those days, when political party is being involved in this country, you will see the one Ibadan political party, Akure political party, here political party, and they are functioning, they are viable, they can canvass vote from their people. But nowadays, now our people will just come up where we have offices here, we have that here for the essence of getting money from the government. So we have to talk about either they are viable or not viable. But I don't agree to the expression that where we should have just two political parties. We can even have 100 in Nigeria, and depending on the way they organize themselves.
In my introductory speech, I was saying something that the Supreme Court made mistake when they said, by not registering a political party, you are infringing on freedom of association. And that's what he has just said. He said Section 40 guarantee freedoms of association. But we have so many associations. We are talking of political party, not just an association. When you look at Section 229 of the Constitution, there's that interpretation. Generally in the Constitution, Section 318 is about interpretation of terminologies used in the Constitution. But Section 229 specifically, which is the chapter for
interpretation
of the electoral laws within the Constitution, Section 229 says political party for this purpose can canvass for vote, but association, to show that political party is not just an association. For instance, I'm from Akure. We have Akure, descendant, whatever, in Abuja. Can we canvass for political party? No. Are we not having an association? Yes, we are having an association. So we cannot continue to make mistake to say political party is the same thing as an association.
I disagree with you. Political party, political parties are also associations. In that section 40, you understand, there is a proviso. When you read it very well, you discover that they said nothing in this section shall derogate the power conferred on I.N.E.C. You understand? To derogate the power conferred on I.N.E.C. in respect of that is the political association or political party, because I.N.E.C is in charge of political party. That time, formation of political party is an aspect of association.
No doubt.
No. So therefore, when you say you are separating political party from association, the section provides for freedom of assembly. Peaceful assembly, you understand, and an association.
No, let's allow Chief to come in now.
Political parties are also associations. So,
I
want to finish. Let me finish. Let me conclude. They are association, and their actions must be regulated by I.N.E.C. I.N.E.C has been given that right, You understand? To regulate the activity. And that is because, it flows from the fact that multiple political parties is not healthy for us in Nigeria.
It's healthy.
It flows from there. Because that condition wouldn't have been there if that, of course, we can have, because you have to make law with respect to what you have or the circumstances around you, with respect to what your environment wants. In our own case as a nation, we have multi-ethnic groups.
We should even have more than 200 political parties in Nigeria.
If you have multiple political parties, you discover that you end up having Yoruba party, Igbo party.
If we don't have multi-political party in Nigeria today, the likes of Chris Ngige, he was in PDP before, but he has problem. He ran to ACN and he was a senator. Even in Ondo State here, you may want to join a political party and the big wigs there will say go away. If they are existing political party, you can go there if you have the political buoyancy or will. Then you can go there, put in everything.
Don't forget that we run the presidential system and we have one president. So are you telling me that, of course, if you form a party
is not meant for presidential. A political party is not for presidential election alone. It's for a lot of elections.
I'm in strong support of what
we must have more than 200 political parties in Nigeria.
During the first point,
and even for I.N.E.C to deregister political party is against the law.
It's not against the law.
Yes, we come to that.
The law allows I.N.E.C to do that.
We'll come to that. During the First Republic, in the 50s, there were so many small parties.
Yes.
For instance, Chike Obi had a dynamic party. It was known for, good ideology. We have Ibadan People's Party, IPP, that won 5 seats at the Legislative Assembly in the Western region. We had so many. We have the Tunji Otegbeye's party, which is Farmers and Workers Congress. We had so many parties. Those parties were viable. We can have as many parties as we can have.
As long as they are viable.
Yes.
Viability is the key word.
And they should not expect money from government.
Okay, that's all right.
Is the key word. For instance, in the last Ondo State election, in my office in Abuja, about 2 parties were coming. One was saying I should be their legal advisor. One was saying I should be their gubernatorial candidate. I phoned you. I phoned the Honorable Banso that, look, the party is coming to. I said, why? You know you are not popular. Why do you want to come? They said, at the end of the day, they might omit our logo or for some kind of omission. We now negotiate to make money. This party is not viable. They want money. They are getting grant. That's why we have as many parties as we have as of today. But if they are viable on their own, I will support that they have a party. Okay. The registration was not just done, on the surface. They were done because there were certain infringements. If you look at I.N.E.C website, you see those infringements.
So
to say that they cannot deregister,
okay.
It's not against the law. Section 78 allows them.
We will look at that very soon. It's against the law.
Them to register. And they didn't. If you say that, if you say it's against the law, are you saying they can register a party and they can't discipline a party?
Okay.
If tomorrow they are able to say, okay, for instance, some of them, their offenses, they do not have head offices in Abuja. Yeah. Some of them.
And those are the argument canvassed by I.N.E.C for registering them.
Check their
and
website,
it's against the law.
But tomorrow, if they are able to make up with this, are you saying that I.N.E.C will not register them?
Okay.
So if you say they cannot,
what you have just said.
If you say they cannot register them, you are saying that should be
I.N.E.C has the right.
In the politics.
I disagree with my friend.
I.N.E.C doesn't have the right. By the time we are exposing the law,
let me draw your attention to one thing.
With respect, sir.
By the time we are exposing the law very well, you will agree with me that I.N.E.C has no right to deregister any political party.
The rationale behind registration, if a particular body is saddled with the responsibility of registration, then that particular body, that same body, reserve the right to deregister.
For
instance, registration of company.
Yes.
Company. You understand? As provided for in Kama. You understand? So CAC has the right to.
I.N.E.C also
right to register.
INEC on its own.
A federal minister of mines and power, federal minister of mines and power has the right to grant a mining list, and also has the right to withdraw that's a mining list.
Okay, that's all right, gentlemen. Gentlemen, let's take it one at a time. Viewer, we have to go on the break now. When we come back, the discussion continues.
Every day for Niger, as they break even the for Kokoro. Plenty people don't wake up to begin working for Nigeria. Farmers, them there, builders, them there, people income, we there, teachers, we there. Some they work for office, others na factory, sports people income, on the stadium. Some people own not to sing, everybody getting from Nigeria. People know they lazy, they're not tired, they don't give up. Come rain, come shine, country people, and them go make country better. Nigeria,
welcome back. And now let's go to the main question for tonight. Chief Olumuyiwa, was INEC right to have delisted the 28 political parties?
Thank you. Though I'm not a lawyer, more of a social scientist. But at the same time, I think I read my constitution very clearly. INEC has the right in two dimensions. One deriving from the Constitution itself, which says that though the general public, they have the right to peaceful assembly and right of association. But like my honorable said, it is there also that notwithstanding that, in spite of that declaration, that nothing would derogate from the power of INEC, to regulate parties or to say those who will not. I mean, your membership association is constrained by the fact that it's only parties that are registered or recognized by INEC that you can belong to. You cannot just on your own wake up one night and said, since the association says I have the right, then I'm forming a political party. It must be recognized, it must be accepted by INEC. So that is the caveat. And that is the lacuna, as the lawyer will say. Let me borrow the
You say you're not a lawyer. Yeah. So why are you using all those terminologies?
The lacuna says that you don't have sufficient evidence to back your argument.
Okay.
So I'm not finished.
Okay. You have not finished his submission.
Baba is making some.
No,
we need to
Baba is making some points. He's making some points. Let him finish.
Let him finish his submission.
2010 Electoral Act, as amended, also gave INEC the right, to register on 2 grounds. One ground, that if the political party does not have a seat, either at the national or state assembly. 2, if for any reason the political parties have not met or have not continued to meet the requirements of being registered, their licenses will be withdrawn. So to that extent, INEC was working legally.
Okay.
Don't forget that Jega said they had examined this matter very carefully, and they were satisfied that they are not falling against any law.
Okay. In my opinion, sir.
Section 78.
Section
78, subsection.
I have said it that INEC has no power to deregister any party.
Hold on, Honorable Banso. Hold on. This is our own law court here. Okay. You have to follow due process. Okay. All right? You don't talk until I allow you to talk.
Okay. For instance,
Barrister Akinwumi.
I align.
Allow him to call you first.
Yes, I align strongly with the position of Daddy.
Okay.
In the sense that Section 78, subsection 7, 1 and 2 empowers INEC to deregister a political party. Section 222 of the Constitution empowers INEC to register party. We are talking of discipline of party. Now, for instance, this is the law as it is today, that Section 78 empowers INEC. So it means INEC can legally deregister party. So for someone to say it's illegal, that person will be misconceiving the law. Okay. Again, for instance, Draco, when he codified the law, he made death penalty as a consequence for breach of any law. If you take somebody's pen, it's death penalty. That's the popular draconian law. But it was the law. When Idiagbon were shunning out decrees, they were the law until the courts were saying these are no laws. So the court has not said, no court has said that Section 78 is not proper. Section 42 or 43 of the Constitution, which says court cannot declare when you go to tribunal. That section limited the power of court to declare somebody a winner. Labour Party went to court. The court said no. The National Assembly cannot gag the court. They cannot limit the powers of the court. So until this is tested by court to say whether I.N.E.C has power to deregister or not, nobody can say that I.N.E.C is not right.
Power to deregister.
Well, I'm strongly of the opinion that I.N.E.C has no power to deregister any party in Nigeria. If you look at
when is the law?
Please, sir.
For crying out loud, we have an extant law.
And
that extant law is section 78, subsection 7.
Let me espouse. Let me espouse the law. If you look at this briefly, when you look at the spirit of the law very well, you will agree with me that I.N.E.C has no power to deregister any political party in Nigeria as today. I.N.E.C canvass reasons why it deregistered political party. That is section 223, subsection 1 and 2, which is to the effect that if any party, that is 1999 Constitution, that if any party did not win any seat in National Assembly or State Assembly, that I.N.E.C can deregister. And that the other section is to the effect that if your I.N.E.C for 4 years or your officers is not in place, you can deregister. Then if you look at section 228, which is to the effect that the National Assembly can make law, that law transformed to Electoral Act 2010 as amended. Section 78, subsection 7, 1 and 2 is to the effect that I.N.E.C can deregister. But if you look at section 36, subsection 1, very, very well, of 1999 Constitution as amended, is to the effect that in determination of any right of anybody, there must be fair hearing and there must be recourse to the judiciary. And if you look at section 6, subsection 6b, is to the effect that in declaration in doing anything, you must have recourse to the judiciary. So what I.N.E.C has done so far so good, it amounts to a kind of administrative tribunal, of which is about to be obtainable during the O.S.R.C period, whereby they set up committee that they want to send the article away. We have a lot of cases in respect of that. And if we come to the supremacy of the Constitution and the case referred to by my learned colleague the other time, that is Abubakar Balarabe Musa and Gadifa and others versus I.N.E.C, Section 1, subsection 3 of the Constitution, and the philosophy of covering the field, you will agree the supremacy of the Constitution is very, very important. Before I.N.E.C can say we want to deregister any political party, they must have recourse to the judiciary. And more importantly, sir, the Constitution.
Hold on, are you saying the I.N.E.C should have gone to court first?
Yes, that you political parties that you have not met this condition, the judiciary should have interpreted.
The I.N.E.C go to court before registering the party.
The point is, I have said something. It's not a question of whether it's not the question of did I.N.E.C go to court before registering. We have provisions of the law. The provisions of the law. No.
I can understand my friend. I can understand my friend.
The point is this. Please. No, well, if you look at the supremacy of the Constitution,
you have made your point.
It remains
you have made your point.
One more point. When you look at the provisions of Section 1, subsection 3 of 1999 Constitution as amended, is to the effect that supremacy of the Constitution. If the Constitution has stipulated any act, the Act of National Assembly cannot alter it. And the Act of National Assembly is not a question of The point
yes,
is
you have made your
the point is this, that before INEC can deregister any political party, there must be recourse to the judiciary.
Okay,
no,
that's
no,
all right. You
hello,
made your point.
I think I can understand my friend. My friend is asking us to kind of look at the spirit of law, not looking at the law itself. You understand? So it shows that if you want us to look at the spirit of the law, you want us to carry out a surgery before we can assess the spirit of the law. You understand? If the law is there, very clear, you don't need to even go and bring out the heart of the law. You understand? There are extant law. So what are you? Because all these things you are telling us, they are unknown to the law. So some are saying, no, they are unknown to the law.
Section 36.
What he's saying is unknown to law. It's not written in any.
He has made reference to Section 36 of the Constitution, which is about the question of fair hearing. It comes to the issue of rights and liability of an individual or an organization. Now, where is the right here? This is a question of the registration of a political party that has not met requirement, that is not viable. You are saying I.N.E.C can register. You are saying I.N.E.C cannot punish. You are going to encourage a culture of impunity.
No, the law is there. It's not a question of. It's not. When you look at that section 229, section 229, the interpretation section says that a political party has a right, it's an entity, it can be sued and be sued. If you want to deregister any political party that can be sued and be sued, why don't you go to court that where you have infringed on the provisions of the law, on the provision of the Electoral Act? But what he has done now is
a limited company.
The INEC